Hello everyone, this is Iyad, and in today's tutorial we will build a complete mobile application which presents latest news with the ability to select preferred news categories. I will use a design by Gullar BABAKISHYIEVA, so thanks to them, and you can reach this design using the link in the description under this video. So let's start. So we start by going to theme from the main menu, and then I'll select the primary color and duplicate it to add a new color. I'll call this new color to be orange color, and the value will be double F8 and 3 zeros. Let's go back. Okay, this is the color which will be the main color or the primary color of the application. Also, I will add this color to be as background color, so I'll select the primary background and duplicate it, and I'll call it orange background, and I'll paste the same value of the color and save. Okay, let's go back to the page and start designing the user interface by adding a container. First, I want to take the whole area of the page, so I will clear the padding, and I'll go back to the container and rename it to logo container. So here will be the logo of the application, and naming the components will make it easy for me to reach any of them using the page layout tree. Let's upload the logo. I'll use Reuters logo. That's it. So let's rename the image to logo image, and then I want to change the width and height for the image, so I'll go to the layout tab, and then from the custom option I will select set width to a formula. I want the width of this logo to be 1/3 of the device screen, so I'll select system variables and select from it the screen width and divide it by 3. Okay, now let's save and let's add some padding from the left and top. So I'll go to the style. Yeah, it's in the style, and add 8 pixel padding from left and the same from the top. Okay, let's save and now move to the next step. Now I will add a scroll view inside the container of the logo container, and I'll set the horizontal scroll to true and rename it to tabs scroll view. Here I'll put the category tabs in which the user can select any of the categories of the news they want. I'll install now the soft tabs component, which I described with the previous video, so you can check it on my channel. I'll add the soft tabs inside the scroll view, and let's play with the design of this soft tabs by double clicking it, and then I'll change the color of the active tab. Notice in the tree layout you can see that you have two components, which are the active tab and the inactive tab. So anything you want to change in the active tab, you should do the same for the inactive tab. So I change the container indicator to be orange. Now I remove the space between the tab and the indicator. So I'll make the bottom gap to be 2 pixels. Okay, this is good, I think. I'll make this bigger, so I'll change the typography to text medium size. Okay, let's go to the inactive tab and do the same. For the tab name, I'll change the color. Oh, I'll keep this color the same, neutral. But I'll change the text size to be medium. Okay. I think there is nothing else I should do here. Just to ensure that there is no gap under the indicator, I'll put it the same as the bottom gap I put for the active tab. So I'll change it to 2 pixels. Okay, let's go back by double clicking and save the application. Now I will add some values of the categories. The first item will be all news. The second one will be business. I'll add some values and then fill it. Third one is politics. Fourth, technology. 5, sports, science. Okay. And the last one is entertainment. Let's save and save the application. Okay, let's check it. It's nice. And there's last thing I should do is to make the indicator to be to take the whole width of the name of the category. So I'll go back to the soft tabs design and go to the indicator and change the layout. Let's go to layout and let's select the layout to be grow to full width. This will make the line to take the whole width of the category item. Okay, let's check. Yes, it's working now. Let's go back to the application. One last thing is to change the color, the background color of the logo container to be white, so I'll select the level 1 background. Let's go now to the next section. Let's make the menu, the navigation menu now. So I'll add four items, four menu items. The first one will be the home page. I'll change the name. The second one will be the search. The third one will be the bookmark. And the last one will be for the settings. This icon, yeah. I didn't create the page till now, so I linked all these icons to be the page one. So I remove now, disable the header bar. I don't need it. And let's change the color by going to the theme and then to the theme variables and change the active tab icon color to be the same as the orange color we selected as primary color for our application. Okay, let's save and test it. So now our navigation menu is ready. Let's start now by adding the slideshow, the image slideshow, by adding a container. It will be the image slideshow container. I'll put an image, and also you can check my video on how to make image slideshow in Appgyver. Let's change the spacing here to have some space, some gap from left and right. I'll change the width and height of the image. I'll change the shape of the rounding borders. I'll make the corners to be rounded, and then I'll add the container for the dots under the image, in which the user can select or change between the images using these dots. I'll add icon and select the circle icon. Okay, let's change the color and the position of this dot and the text size. Okay, make make it in the middle, and let's save. Now I'll add the title, which will be above the image, and the text which will give us the date of the publishing of this news. So the title of the article it will be the article title name, and I'll add some text here for the title, the same as in the design. And this will be 2 hours ago, and the icon will be the bookmark icon. Now let's change the position of each of these components to be above the image. So this should be smaller than this text. I'll select the secondary label. Let's change the color to be white. I'll add new color, so not to search for the white. It will be 6F, and I'll call it white and save. So I'll select this custom color now, and let's change the position. Okay, let's change the name now to time slideshow, so I can reach it easily. And I'll change the position to absolute, and then add padding from the left. Let's try this. Let's make it more. Okay, that's better. And the padding from top. I'll make the same for the bookmark icon. Change the position to absolute, and then add padding from the right and from the top. I'll change the color now to the white color. Now let's go to title and change the size. And change the layout, the position will be absolute also. And let's see how to put it in the bottom of the image. So I'll select the padding spacing from bottom to be 28. Let's select other one and test. 40. Okay, and from left select 28, 24. Which one is best? 32. want to add some space from the right. No, not from this. So I will go back. Okay. Let's add horizontal spacing maybe to 32. That's good. Let's change the color to be white. And change the text size. Let's try which is better. Okay, I'll make the space between letters to be wide, and I think this is good. It's enough now. Let's save and go to variables now to test the slideshow and add a page variable which will be a list of objects. Each object will have two properties, the URL and the ID. The ID will be a number and the image URL. Okay, let's add some values. And let's add some photos. This should be 2. Okay. 3, 4. Let's add some photos. Okay. Let's save and add another page variable which will be the selected image. This will point to the image to be displayed, and the initial value will be 1. Now let's repeat this dot to be repeated with the image list. So I'll have a number of dots which will be the same as the items inside the list. Let's change the design of these dots. Decrease the gap between the dots. Okay, and let's save. And now I will change the source of the image. As we already know from the image slideshow video. So the URL will be the selected image -1 and when pressing the dot it will set the selected image to be the same as the index of the item and repeat. So I'll select the ID of the item and repeat. Okay. And also I'll change the circle according to the selection of the image. So if we are now in the selected image, I'll change the icon to be empty circle. So if the selected image is the same as the current ID of the repeated item, the icon will be the empty circle, otherwise it will be the solid circle. Let's check that this sentence is correct. Okay, and let's save. Let's save the application now and let's test it. This is the first image. I have some cut from the right. Maybe I made some wrong spacing here. Let's check it. Yes, this right spacing is not good. I should clear this spacing and add padding, not spacing. The same from the left. Sorry. So I'll change the width of the image to add some gap from the right and the left. I'll set the width here using a formula as we made before with the logo. I'll go to formula and then I'll select the device width and subtract the gap from left and right. I'll subtract 30 pixels. Let's save. And I'll change the position of the image to be in the middle by setting the layout of the container to align component to the middle. Let's save and see the result. That's good now. Okay, let's go back and continue the design. I'll add now a container for the main content and I'll call it main container. Main content container is better. Inside this container I'll put the main title, which will be the latest news, and under it will be other container for each of the articles we retrieve from the server. So here I will have latest news, let's change the style to see which font is better. Let's edit and change the typography. Okay. I select this one, title X large is good, I think. Let's see other one. think this is better. Okay, let's add some padding from the left. I'll go to position and add some gap from the left. 12 pixels is enough, I think. Okay. And now I will add the article. I'll change the container name to be article container. And then I will add image, which will be to the left, and to the right will be a container. I'll change the width and height for the image. I set the width to a fixed number, which will be 120 pixel, 125, and I'll set the height for the same number. So the image will be a square. 120. Okay, that's good. Let's go to adding some padding for the image from the left. So I selected the container and go to style then, and let's change the layout this container to be horizontal. So we'll have the image to the left and the container, which will contain the title of the article and the text and the date of publishing and the bookmark icon to the right. So you can continue with me. I'll make some change to the layout of this container. To see which is the best. I'll change the background color to white or to level 1 background. And let's add the items now inside this container. I'll add text, another text, which will be the publishing date, and the bookmark icon. Let's change the content and the style. Select this one, and the icon will be the bookmark icon. I think it's better to put this text outside the container. I'll test this and then change the position. Okay, let's try this. Let's select the icon. Okay, let's try this. I think this is better now. I changed the layout of the container, of the article container, to be set the full width and full height. The full height of the father container, and then change the layout of the icon and text to be absolute, and then change the icon size and the icon color and the style to be bookmark. Okay, let's change the text. Put the text in the middle and change the text to the same as in the design. Let's see the font size. Let's make it bold. I think normal is better. Let's keep it as normal. I'll check if we can change this number using the formula to be between 400 and 700. Save. No, I don't think it's accepted, so let's change it to the default. Let's keep it as bold. Let's change now the image. Okay, you can duplicate it now and select the image and then test the application. upload new image and select another one for the second article. Let's save now. And let's see if we finished the designing of the first page. Okay, that's perfect. Now the first page is almost done. Just last thing, I want, when scrolling the items, I want the slideshow and other items, the articles, to go under the category. So the categories will be shown always when the user is scrolling down and up when selecting, when changing the view of the page. So I'll put the image slideshow and the articles all inside a scroll view, and I'll go to the style of this scroll view and disable scrolling of the page. So the scroll view will be the main scrolling container for all the items inside the page. Let's go back and see. Now it's better. Now all the items goes behind the category tabs. Let's start by designing the second page. I'll call it the article page, and this will be easier than the home page. Let's remove these titles and clear the padding, and let's add the first container, which will be the article image container. Let's add the image. Let's select this. Let's go to the style and change the borders from the bottom only. I'll ensure that the top and right and left to be square and the bottom left and right to be rounding. I'll add now two containers in which I'll put the items which are shown above the image. First container, I'll call it the top container, and the other will be the bottom container. Let's add the items inside the top container. I'll add icons for the bookmark. Also, and also an icon for the back. The first one will be the back icon, and the second is the share icon, and the last one will be the bookmark icon. Let's select the shape of the each one. The share will be this one. These are the most similar icons to the ones in the design. Let's go to the layout now and change the layout of the container to be horizontal. And let's add items to the second container. We have more items here. So I'll duplicate the text, and the first icon will be which will show the number of views. I'll call it views icon. And the second one will be the comments. Select this for the comments, and it will be the comment icon. So I will have a text and an icon to show the number of views, and also a text and icon to show the number of comments. Change the text name to be total views or views text. So I have views icon and views text. And I'll add the comments and change the name to be comment text. This one will be the publishing date. It will be 2 hours ago. This will be time text. Now let's try to change the layout to be as in the design. So I'll have the back button in the top to be to the left, and the others will be to the right. So I'll change the style of the container. I'll add padding to the left, and other icons I'll change the color first of all to be white for all the icons. Change the style, the font size to be smaller, and let's change the position to absolute. Okay, I'll keep it relative and try to put gapping from the right. Let's try it, how we can change the position here. Select this one. Up. I'll see how to position this after changing the text size and the color for all the icons. Okay, I'll change now the layout of the container. I'll go to the position. I want to set it above the image, so I selected the absolute position. And I will ensure that the width will be full width. So let's clear this and just add a padding from top. Let's set a formula to get the whole width of the device screen. It's not working because our position is absolute, maybe? No. I have problem. Okay, now the container has the full width. I'll set now the right gap for the bookmark icon. Let's try this. Oh, it's not working. Let's set the position to absolute and now set the icon to the right. Okay, this is the best solution. Let's make the same for the share icon. And add some more gap to the right. 40 pixel. Let's try other one. 50 is better, I think. Yeah. And this one is good. Let's do the same for the bottom container. First, I'll ensure aligning the components to the middle vertically, and then change the container position to absolute. And let's change the position to be to the bottom. And ensure having the full width of the device. So I'll use the formula again, selecting the system width. And I'll change the ordering of the text and icons. And let's change the style of the text and the color to be white. Sorry. And the same for the other icons. Playing with the style and layout will give you the experience on how to change these things easily in the future. So it's good. Change the padding to the right. No. Yes, this should be aligned with the back button. So the left padding for the top container and the bottom container should be the same. Let's change now the style of the views text and select the color of the text to be white. And let's change the icon also. And change the gap from the right. This should be more, yeah. 4 pixel is good. And also the text of the comments will be the same. Okay. And this one the same. And let's change the text style to be white. Let's ensure that both are in the same size. Let's make them smaller to text XL. And this is good now. Let's save and go to the last step, in which we will add a container which will include the text of the article, the title and the text of the article. I'll call this container the main container. Inside it, I'll put 2 containers. The first one will be for the title, so I'll rename it to title container. And the second one will be the body of the article. I'll call it text container. In the first one, I'll add a title and a text for the publishing date. No, the text for the article text. We already have the publishing date above. So I'll change the text change the title to have padding from the left, and I need to make this orange color from the left, the border color from the left to be orange, so I will add a border to the left. And the border will be for the container, for the title container. I'll select the color and select the border style to be solid, and let's make it from the left to be more than this, maybe 5 or 6. I think this is good. And let's add some padding to have some gap between the border and the title. So I select the title and go to the style. Let's change the text size to be large. And the font to be bold. And let's add left spacing to make the gap between the borderline and the title. Let's change the title text to the one we already copied. And let's move to the body of the article. Let's change the font style. Let's make it large. And let's copy and paste the article body. Let's have some gap from the right. I think I need to increase the gap to the right. Let's try. Let's see. I think this is good. 8 pixel is enough. Okay, let's save now. And let's go back to page 1 to connect this connect one of these articles to the page 2 so we can test our design. So I will add open page flow function to this container. So when tapping this container, it will go to the article page. Let's save and test the last design. That's great. And in the next video, we are going to connect our application to a news service API. So see you in the part 2.